How's it going, guys? This is Gabriel from Noodleshot, and if this is your first time around these parts, welcome and please subscribe. Today we'll be looking at the top 5 Cyberpunk 2077 predictions about our future. And while here at Noodleshot we simply can't wait to get our hands on the final product, there's something eerily prophetic about Cyberpunk's version of our world. Number 5. Cognitive Enhancements. After years of promises and speculation, Elon Musk unveiled Neuralink, a coin-sized computer chip that can be attached directly to your brain. Musk claims the device will allow people with neurological disorders like Parkinson's or epilepsy to lead a more normal life, alleviating some of the symptoms while also being able to do cool stuff like controlling computers with your mind. This might sound innocent enough, but he has been vocal in the past about his concerns that we may have already gone past the point of no return when it comes to AI, and that our only hope to prevent Skynet from taking over is to enhance our cognition to match that of the technology we depend on. His long-term plan for Neuralink is precisely that, and in his opinion, there's no technological barrier to achieve this. They just need more testing and time before it can be made available to the public.
You literally could fundamentally change the way human beings interface with each other.
You wouldn't need to talk.
In CBP 2077, cognitive enhancements are as standard as smartphones are now, considering that those things didn't even exist until less than 2 decades ago.
And we are calling it iPhone.
The possibility that in 2077 most people's IQ will be significantly enhanced feels almost conservative. Number 4. Bionic Enhancements. Bionics is certainly not a new field, but the technology is becoming more precise and impressive every year. The main limitation at the moment is how to close the gap between the brain and the bionic devices.
So just close slowly.
Got it.
Now that the door for brain implants has been irreversibly opened, the possibilities are endless. This field is entirely focused on providing support to people with disabilities or missing limbs, but what will happen when beneficial enhancements for able-bodied people become available? Unfortunately, there's a dark side to this that Cyberpunk 2077 is undoubtedly going to be exploring in detail. There will be governments or criminal organizations that will want to enhance their minions with guns for arms, bulletproof skin, or sniper vision. There are already military research programs in place right now that will chill you to your bones. Bionic enhancements are here to stay, and in a couple of decades they will be attractive for everyone.
What? No, this isn't happening.
Oh, but it is.
Number 3. Extreme inequality and tribalism motivated by technology. Cyberpunk 2077 paints an incredibly divided and sectarian society. Human beings are hardwired to be tribal and to only look after our own. With the rise of the internet and social media, I'm looking at you, Twitter, these caveman impulses have found their perfect vehicle of expression. Now throw all the enhancements we have been discussing into the mix, and you get Cyberpunk 2077. The gap between the haves and the have-nots has grown exponentially, now that someone with money can multiply their cognition, artistic capabilities, or physical strength.
And as always, your business is my business.
In Night City there are dozens of gangs, tribes and organizations that are fundamentally different in the way they relate and depend on technology. Cyberpunk paints a world where the concept of humanity has stretched to a breaking point.
We'll pay for the bot. Be on our way.
I personally refuse to believe that this is going to happen to us. Still, I think CDPR is trying to warn us about what might happen if we don't shed our most destructive caveman hang-ups before we inevitably enter the cybernetic age.
I won. This is a good beginning of my plan to dominate the human race.
Number 2. Mind uploading. This is a huge subject, so I will try to keep it simple for this video, but if you want me to get into it, please let me know in the comments. In Cyberpunk 2077, mind uploading, the concept of scanning our consciousness and uploading it into a digital network, has been fully integrated in their way of living. While we're far away from being able to replicate a human mind at this stage, mind uploading, also known as brain simulation, is considered the next logical step once we master brain imaging. Technologies like Neuralink will accelerate this process exponentially. Consider the fact that in 20 years there will be millions of people having their brains scanned and mapped every second of every day. In Cyberpunk 2077, you interact with many different types of minds in the net, their version of the internet. You will encounter beings and programs that either had a physical origin but continue to exist digitally, or AIs that have been modeled using the human brain as a blueprint. Take a moment to soak in the implications.
Like you could hang out with 30-year-old you?
I mean, the possibilities are endless.
That's so weird.
What would you do if someone gave you the choice to be there for your loved ones, existing as a fully functioning and ever-evolving consciousness, long after your physical body dies?
If anything, if I could just touch you once more.
If all of this feels far-fetched, think again. Mind uploading is coming, it's just a matter of when. And it will fundamentally change the way we define what it means to be human, and seriously challenge our idea of mortality. Number 1. Immortal celebrities and the rise of digital gods.
Wake the f*** up, samurai. We have a city to burn.
In the game, your main sidekick is Johnny Silverhand, which is played in great style by Keanu Reeves. This disenchanted war veteran turned rock star turned activist has actually been dead for years and has become a legendary figure for many. You encounter a drive with a digitized version of his consciousness. Upon inserting that in your brain, he becomes a central character in your journey, and you are given a choice to do his bidding and avenge him.
And I'll kill anyone who gets in my way.
Once mind uploading becomes a reality, celebrities and people in power will be the early adopters. Imagine having a sentient copy of Martin Scorsese's mind directing a film 100 years from now via hologram, for example. Having the entire history of cinema available instantly, and constantly learning to be better at his craft instead of degrading with age. Does that sound crazy?
Hold on to your lily white butts.
According to scientists, but also to cyberpunk fiction, once mind uploading and sentient AIs become a thing, one or two things will happen. There will be a concerted attempt to create a sentient, godlike supermind with all of the knowledge of humanity, or a super AI will emerge organically with its own goals and perspectives on our species. If such a thing were to exist, we would really have to question the meaning of God, and no doubt many people would turn to this superintelligence for advice and guidance. Would this consciousness be benevolent, or would it play with us, always 50 moves ahead? Guys, I hope you enjoyed the video and thanks for staying till the end. I know it's been a heavy one. Will Cyberpunk 2077 be simply a well-made piece of entertainment, or will it challenge us and make us confront the biggest and most pressing questions facing humanity in the coming decades? For more Cyberpunk 2077 content and much more, stay tuned to Noodleshot. Don't forget to subscribe, like and hit that bell icon, it really helps, guys. Noodle you later.